I hit the wrong button, didn't I? I did it again. All right, let's start over again. I'm so sorry. These two buttons right next to each other. All right. Good to see you all. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter Recap. Tarot Topics comes into your inbox on Wednesday. We do a different topic each week. This week's topic came directly from this village. We were talking about something, and I know what it was. I was saying how it's really good that I'm a tarot reader because otherwise I would just be a horrible gossip because I love everyone's story. And I think it was Ness came in and said, well, yeah, that's right. That's how it should be for you. And, you think about it, tarot itself tells a story. Tarot is all about storytelling in a way. So we're here today to do readings on your stories. And so that can be pretty much anything at all. Ask what you want to ask. Let's do the reading. Let's hop on over to CardCam. All right, here we go. And as you know, I will take these in the order in which I see them. Starting with Febborn, good to see you. Happy birthday week. And thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Okay. Based on my story, a consensus. One would be the nudger, timekeeper. The other will step up. Will the boat hold steady? I know what you're talking about. I think it will. I think it'll be okay. Yes. I think it will. Smile Soul 20, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Next up, we have Medihan Ness. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years, and thanks for using members-only emojis. Okay. Oh, you're so sweet. Great newsletter. I also really enjoy the links you put in it. Right, I have one article where I will share 3 links from other sources. I can spend a good hour with your newsletters. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, we are doing the story of your work life. A position is open in a different department. What chance would you have for that job? And if you got it, would you be happier there? Let's take a look. All right. If you applied for that position, 50-50. I think there's a chance you would get it. I also think current boss, current team might make that hard, might make it difficult. So maybe. And if you applied for it, like just applying for it will probably piss off current boss, but would probably cause him to treat you better. So it's a good idea no matter what. And if you were hired onto that team, it would probably be better than where you are now. I say give it a try. Give it a try. All right. 64, Amy Penn. Okay, what story is the universe trying to tell you? I think for you, it is all about seeing what is versus whatever it is you were hoping to see, if that makes sense. Seeing what is true versus the easier story, right? Like allow yourself to see when other people are not treating you well, don't make excuses for them. I think that's it. I think you will try to come up with a story that sort of lets them off the hook. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes that's right. But sometimes they're just being a dick. And if someone's just being a dick, you kind of have to know that. That's what I think there. Caroline McLaughlin, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Amy, you are very welcome. All right. And Caroline, thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. Wendy Robeson, you're up next. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. And thank you for being a moderator as well. Loved the newsletter about storytelling. And here you are. Okay, good. Loved the newsletter about storytelling. Is the story I tell myself true, or do I need to do more rewriting? I mean, you've gotten so much better. But, you know, like what we just saw is you can be telling yourself a good and true story appropriately, and then someone else can come in and superimpose their story over it, and you'll listen to them. So I think the problem is you have to be careful about not letting other people tell you what your story is or should be. I think that's where we're at. Nalini, happy birthday week. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. And thanks for using members only emojis. All right. So turned 40 yesterday and just wondering what's next in your story. Wendy, yes, so true, right? That's helpful. There you go. Good, good. All right. All right, here we go. Nalini. What's next in your story is you're learning to tell your story in a loving way. And in doing that, you will attract love, romance, loving friends, a life that feels like it has more peace and balance and less chaos. There it is. Oh my goodness. And Joyce Ocean says Joe 1 had a 44th birthday yesterday. That's so cool. All right. Here we go. All right, Mariana, you're up next. What's next in my story with love? I feel like you have your eyes on someone where it's not really going anywhere. And I think you need to be open to new things. I think you're going to meet someone good, though, and that will be positive for you. All right. Jackie Masters, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Jolie James, thanks for being a member. Thanks for also being a moderator. Bella Luna, looking for the love story. What's the love story for Bella Luna? Well, we can't really get better than that, can we? I feel like you will find someone who is a good match for you that you will spend your future with, but you have to be careful because he has a temper. And so that's not a deal breaker, but you will have to be careful. Oh, Nick, you turned 40 on the 22nd. Got it. Okay, very good. And Jolie, you're up next. I love the newsletter. Would like to know, what is the lie I'm telling myself based on the stories I tell myself? Thank you for that question. That is the question, man. That is the question we all need to be asking. What is the lie I am telling myself based on the stories I tell myself? Well, you've gotten so much better. But I think you're good at accountability. You are a person who will take accountability for things, which is ideal, right? That's a good thing. I think, though, that sometimes you will tell your story, and I think this really is specific to your ex, where you will tell a story about what you should have done differently. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I take too much accountability. Like, I feel like in processing everything that happened with the ex, I feel like you're blaming yourself when clearly we know who the asshole is and it's not you. And I think this is something that happens in our society. We blame women for their bad taste in men. We don't blame the men for being a-holes. So I think it's about recognizing that you have always done the best you could with what you had and made the best decisions you knew how to make in every given moment. And if it didn't work out well, it's not your fault. And if it is your fault, you'll take accountability for it. So we don't have to worry about that. But it's time for you to stop blaming yourself for the fact that you were adjacent to an asshole. That'd be a great title of something, adjacent to an asshole. Yeah, Jolie James, it's weird how I want to cover for his behavior in a sense, even though I owe him nada. Well, that we're trained to do that. Women are trained to buffer men's behavior. And I mean, I've seen it go the other way too. I've seen men having to buffer women's bad behavior. So, I'm speaking in generalizations here. But yeah, absolutely. And, if you have a very difficult partner, and you have kids with that partner, it's very likely that you're going to do things to make that partner look better to the kids than they really are. And that's going to backfire on you if the relationship doesn't last. So yeah, that kind of stuff. All right. And who is up next? Oh, LP. An interesting new thing that I heard is to reframe the identity and terminology of people pleaser with self-abandoning. Oh, I'm stealing that immediately. You have just given me something great. Thank you. I think toxic empathy goes the same way. We need to be more self-advocates and more self-love. Oh, Nick, I'm working on unpacking all this in therapy. Yep. And Jolie, oh yes, but my daughter is a warrior with this, a Scorpio moon, and she's having none of the BS. Perfect. All right, LP, you're actually up next. I don't even know what my story is anymore. One thing for sure is I'm trying hard to root for the main character. Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do, right? And be the main character that would be rooted for. That is the thing. But it's not a question. I thought that was going to be a question. It's not a question. Do you have a question? Is there a question coming later? Was there a question there that I didn't quite get? Help me out here. Help me out. All right. Oh, the question is coming. Okay, good. Stand by then. Thank you. And whose question do I see next? It's Vaishali. What is my story really like? I myself don't know what my life is or how I can tell that in words. So knowing my story in this way seems enlightening about myself. Yeah, fair. So I do feel like you were loved as a child, but perhaps raised in a very specific kind of family control. So perhaps a high control environment. This perhaps has caused, in leaving that environment and being in a different space, has caused a lot of uncertainty, and you're not sure how to move forward. And so when we look at this story, you are trying to heal from this. And when we look at your story going forward, you are just learning how to do it. And you feel like you won't be able to do it. And it's hard and it causes a lot of worry, but you're going to be successful. So there it is. Okay, I love this. Trey Cameron, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Maybe taking this a bit more literal. May I have a reading on my writing process? How are things going from Spirit's point of view? Maybe I'll have something worth sending to agents by April or May. Let's see. Let's see. It is going extraordinarily well. And like, I always love the story of the Two of Wands to the Three of Wands, obviously in this deck, rods, where here we conceive it and here we see it done. And if we're thinking April, May, you know, this is 2, 3, so like February, March. So I think your timing is good there too. I think you are right on track and doing well. What terrifies me, Trey, is I don't want this to be like a Schrodinger's cat situation where now that I've looked at it and said, oh, this is going very well, you're on track. I don't want that to screw things up. So whatever it is you've been doing, you got to keep on doing it. Right? You got to love the wand suit for this, right? Right? Exactly. Exactly. And Vaishali says, successful. That's what I needed to hear. Yes. And this was indeed enlightening for me. There you go. All right. Oh, and there it is. I do see your question, LP. You are next to be next. Trey, you are very welcome. Nick, I have a chasm between the 2 and 3 of Wands. All right, and in fact, you're up next. Thanks so much for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. My story has gone off the rails, and I feel I'm not long for this mortal coil. But I do wonder if my last chapter will be more of the same or if there'll be any action. So I feel like you probably have many, 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 many more chapters. But that might sound scary, so you don't have to think about that right now. And I feel like the whole thing here is you have the power to tell your story however you want to. And so as you look toward your future, you can create what you want to create there by first being able to see it and believe it. But I think the whole key is about feeling comfortable on the planet and finding people that you feel comfortable with. And that's really the story for now. Like that's the challenge. And in this next exciting chapter, that's what needs to happen. All right. LP, here we go. What do I have to look forward to in my story? Marriage, kids, the whole happy ending? What? Let's see. And of course, I could be a real jackass and be like, well, it depends on what you want and what you work for. But I do think like there's real truth there. Like what we do today in many ways determines the future. So let's play with that. And the thing is, I think you have had a hard time believing that it is possible for you to have the life you want. You know, and so if you can't see it, it's going to be hard to make it happen. And that's where we are, you know, like, you know, I asked it to you kind of as a joke, but it's kind of true, LP, that it's not like, what do I see in my crystal ball for your future? It's what's possible for your future. And in order for that to even be possible is you have to see it. But what you want is success and marriage. I think you want those things. And with marriage, there could certainly be kids. With success, there can be creativity. These things absolutely can be yours. You have been mistakenly told and now tell yourself that these things are probably not possible for you. And that is a load of crap. Of course it is possible for you, and there it is. LP is all, that is truthful and real. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. Joyous Ocean, so good to see you. It just takes work, but I'm lazy. No, I get it. I get it. And it is a lot of work. And no, you're not lazy. It's just a lot. But yeah, there it is. All right. Joyous Ocean, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. And thanks for using members only emojis. And this is a question from Joanne, who is also a member here. Which story do I need to believe that will happen in my life right now? And this is for Joanne. That you are making smart decisions to do scary things. The things you're doing are scary, but you're smart to do them, so do not be afraid. Be confident. All right. Let's see what's coming up. Baby Cakes. Good to see you, Baby Cakes. I got the little gift for V-Day. I got the part-time job. I'm starting on Monday. It's not what I was looking for, but better than nothing at this moment. Congratulations. That is fabulous. Up next is Jackie Masters. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. What do I need to know about my story? Do I need to edit it? How can my story empower me to help myself and others? Oh, Joyous Ocean recorded and we'll send it to her. Good. Thank you. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, Jackie Masters, what do I need to know about my story? I think sometimes you are good at telling your story in a way that is supportive of you. And you certainly have a story where you work hard and you have a big heart. And that really is true. I think sometimes in your story, you worry that people do not care about you or will not be there for you. And maybe that's because in reality, sometimes that has happened. But going forward, you seem to have people around you who really do care about you and really are there for you. And the more that you can know that and see that and experience that, the better you're going to be. Okay. Oh, your question was there before the job celebration. No, Baby Cakes, I accidentally skipped you. Let me go and find you. Oh, I see it. Baby Cakes, we're doing you now. What is the love story for you? It's possible. It's on its way. It could be coming from anywhere in the world. It has to be someone with whom you have a lot of commonality and a lot of ability to communicate, but it is likely that you will actually have a very happy ending in your love story, Baby Cakes. There you go. All right. Let's see what we got next. Caroline McLaughlin, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We appreciate you. Yeah, Baby Cakes, I cannot wait to hear that story. See what I did there. Okay, Caroline, how's my story going? Actually, very well. You are loved, you are trusted, you have a good imagination and are open to possibilities, and you are kind to others and have kind people around you. So yeah, good. Jackie, that was helpful. Good, good, good. Okay. Okay. Who is up next? It's Joyous Ocean. Once again, thanks for being a member and thanks for using members only emojis. What is the lie that I am telling myself that I need to rewrite? I think I only know it when I see it reflected in my niece, Jada. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I get it. Caroline, you are very welcome. Okay. Joyous Ocean, I think you tell a lie about your lovability. I think you tell a lie about, like, you've been good about dating, you've been good about meeting people, but I think somewhere in your mind and heart, you don't really entirely believe. And I mean, you can have a good life as a single person. It's not like you have to have someone, but I really think you will have a great partner on the journey. And I think you want that, but you're afraid to see it for yourself fully. That's what I think. All right. Oh, Vaishali, this is such a great topic. Cool, thank you. All right, who's next? Martha Vank, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. As you know, I felt constrained to tell my whole story and be my full self because of and in my job. Now that I have retirement in sight in June of 26, am I freer to be me? I would say so, yes. I mean, I think it's still a little difficult because of what your training has been. But yes, I think very clearly yes. Yes, 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 yes. And I mean, this is not to say it has not been a good career. And we know what retired pastors do, I mean, retired pastors don't probably stop, being in the pulpit from time to time, doing the occasional wedding or funeral. Like, there will be some of that for you as well. But yes, absolutely yes, it will. All right. Dan, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Medium That Rocks, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. I am actively rewriting the story put on me by family. I realize my new story requires radical acceptance. What is my first step in starting this new story? Interesting. Audrey, they say there's no such thing as coincidence. I was having this conversation with myself, and voila, there's your timely newsletter. All right. All right. All right. Here we go. So, Joyous Ocean, I did not expect that, and I can see it, and I think my focus on business is avoidance. Yeah, Martha Vink, I think you're going to burn the closet down. My gosh. Okay, Medium That Rocks. Your first step in telling your true story is to recognize how much you turned yourself inside out to try to keep others comfortable, and how you did that at great expense to yourself, and how you have been trained to do that from the time you were a small child. That's what I think. That's what I think. Audrey, avoidance is my daily goal. Yeah. Jolie James, amazing how we light ourselves on fire to keep others warm. My gosh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so Audrey, do you have a question? Dan, do you have a question? Jeannie Mnuchin, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. What negative stories in my head do I need to change, and what should I replace them with? Jeannie, I think the negative story is about not being seen and not being understood and not being given an opportunity to be seen and understood. And it's a hard story because it is in part true. And what you need to replace it with is you are being seen, you are being heard, and as you are seen and heard, you will clearly be seen, heard, and understood. Okay. Audrey, my question is, what is my question? What is your question around your story? You know, interestingly, the question turns to the aspects of your life that have been the most painful, whatever those things are. And recognizing that, you know, the stories there are so difficult and in such conflict. Like, it feels like there are people who have one story and then there's a whole other story that really is what the truth is. And so I think there is pain that comes from other people having stories that are not true. I think that's something. But I also think that you have been trained to try to help others avoid their pain. And I mean, if we can do that, of course we should. But I think the real story here is you can be loved and loving in every aspect without any of this, you know, without having to go without and always be the one who takes the hits. Something like that. Let me know what you think. Wendy, so glad I didn't miss this live. I've gained so much knowledge from this. Wow. Hey, Susan, good to see you. Okay. Claire C., good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. I am a proud survivor in my personal story, but where might I go next? From surviving to thriving. To recognize, too, that on your journey you have helped other people survive and thrive. That you are always learning and always teaching. All right. So it is last call for questions at this time. Susan, here we go. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I saw it and then I didn't see it. And then it's gone. Okay. It is last call for questions. So if you have a question, oh, good. Claire. Wonderful. That makes my day. Perfect. Joyous Ocean. Joe One says, thank you. And that's accurate. Perfect. Audrey M., thank you so much. I'm going to digest what you said. I didn't know I needed this today. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, you know, we talk about storytelling in tarot all the time because tarot itself tells a story and a tarot reading is a story. So it is a good topic, isn't it? A medium that rocks. Oh God, truth. My goodness. You are welcome. You are welcome. So friends, tomorrow is Friday. We will do a weekly wrap up, but we're probably not going to do it till like the evening. It is going to be way later than usual. I don't even know what time it's going to be, but it will be late because that's my day tomorrow. So I will put it up today, but again, it'll be late. If you've got a StaarCon ticket, StaarCon 5, there is a lounge event this evening with Serena Fox. So you can join her in the meeting hall, Onyx Sullivan's this evening. I think it's like 5:30 or something like that. You can check the calendar on the StaarCon website. My friends, I appreciate you all. Yes, that's right. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Thank you, Audrey. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. And I will be back at some point tomorrow with a special edition of your Friday Weekly Wrap-Up. I appreciate all of you. Take really good care. Thank you so much for being here. Be good.